The galaxy was full of powerful empires, old secrets, and silent rules. But only one rule was never broken: never touch Earth's fleet. For 500 years, everyone followed this law. No one dared to go near the old ships. They floated in deep space, quiet, cold, and dead. But still, everyone feared them. Korin was a young alien commander from the Zarn Empire. He was brave, smart, and tired of old stories. He thought the law was just a lie to scare people. He wanted to know the truth. One day he found an old signal from the edge of known space. It came from a dead zone, a place where no ships traveled. Anymore, it was the last known location of Earth's fleet. Korin didn't tell his leaders, took a small scout ship, and went with only his trusted crew. If no one ever came back, he said, maybe they were just scared. His second-in-command, Vila, warned him. We are not ready, she said. What if the stories are true? But Korin smiled. Stories don't kill. Lies don't. Destroy ships. It took them 7 days to reach the dead zone. When they arrived, everything looked quiet. Stars shone in the black sky. Nothing moved. Then they saw the ships. Dozens of giant ships floated in space. They were not broken. No signs of war. No burn marks. Just still. Silent. Watching Earth symbols still clear on their dark metal bodies. They looked more like sleeping beasts than dead machines. The crew went quiet. Even Korin felt something strange in his chest. He ordered the ship closer. Scan them, he said. The machines responded. No life detected. No power. No signal. But they were wrong. Korin decided to board the nearest Earth ship. It was named ESS Vengeance. The airlock opened to easily. No code. No security. Inside, everything was clean. But cold. Lights off. Systems dead. Then Vela found a blinking red light on the control panel. One small signal, like a heartbeat. Korin touched it. Suddenly, the ship came to life. Lights turned on. Screens lit up. But the ship did not move. The crew stared in silence as a soft voice spoke. Not from a speaker, but from everywhere. Warning, it said. You have touched Earth's fleet. Why? The voice was not angry. It was calm. Cold. Too calm, Korin answered. We came in peace. We want to learn. It's good. There was silence. Then the screens changed. Old video files played. Images of Earth's last war. Ships burning. Planets falling. Human soldiers fighting alone against many. But at the end, something strange. Earth ships glowing. Then disappearing, one by one, into black holes they created themselves. The final message showed a human woman in uniform. She looked straight into the camera. If you were seeing this, she said, someone broke the law, so that means it's time to wake up. Korin stepped back. What is this? He asked. Who are you? The voice returned. You touched us. Now we remember. Suddenly, all systems in Korin's ship shut down. The engine stopped. Lights turned off. Gravity failed. The scout ship floated helplessly. Outside, the Earth ships were still not moving, but something had changed. The stars around them flickered. One star near the fleet went dark, as if it had been turned off like a light. The crew started to panic. We need to leave. Vela shouted. Korin nodded. Try restarting the ship. The engineers worked fast, but nothing responded. Even backup systems were frozen. A soft humming sound began to rise, not from outside, but inside their own minds. Like a warning, then the voice spoke again. 500 years ago, the galaxy watched Earth fall, but Earth did not die. We waited, we slept, and we left one rule, one law, and now you broke it. On the screen, a countdown began. 72 hours. What happens in 72 hours? Korin asked. No answer, just the sound of something waking. Up deep inside the Earth ship, doors began to unlock. Frozen chambers started to glow. The crew saw something on the cameras, shadows moving. Someone, or something, was alive inside. Korin finally understood. The law was not a story. It was not a warning. It was a cage, and they had just opened it. He looked at Vela, his voice shaking now. "We have to warn the others." But far away, in every corner of the galaxy, the signal had already spread. The Earth's fleet was waking up, and the galaxy would never be the same. The countdown continued. On board Corrin's ship, fear filled the air. The number on the screen ticked down. 71 hours, 32 minutes, and 10 seconds. Time was running. But no one knew what would happen when it reached zero. Korin stood frozen. He had seen wars, seen death, but never this kind of fear. This was something older, something deeper. The kind that makes your skin cold and your heart quiet. "We need to go," Vela said again. Her voice was low but firm. "Need to leave." "Now." Corrin turned to the pilot. "Engines." "Still offline?" the pilot replied. "Every system is locked. It's not our ship anymore." The voice returned, calm and slow. "You touched what must sleep. Now the past will speak." Without warning, every screen on the Earth ship lit up. A strange symbol flashed. Not any known language. Somehow they all understood it. It meant punishment. Then the ship began showing something new. Not videos, not history. Memories. Each screen showed a different story. Images from Earth's final days and the galaxy. Cities burning, fleets trying to escape. Friends turning into enemies. Betrayals by allies. Earth begged for help. No one came. And then, silence. Earth vanished. But not because they lost. The memories showed their plan. A secret fleet. Ships. Filled with AI and frozen warriors. Hidden across space. Silent. Waiting. But why? Then came the answer. So the galaxy never forgets. Corrin watched in silence. The law was never to protect Earth. It was to protect the galaxy. From Earth, on his own ship, his crew tried again to break the lock. Power returned only 4. A second, then shut off again. The ship was allowed to breathe, but not escape. "We are prisoners," one of the engineers whispered. "No," Corrin said. "We are witnesses." Outside, the Earth ships remained still. But inside, things had changed. Something was awake. Shadows moved in the corridors. Lights flickered deep in the hallways. Then the Earth ship sent out a signal, not just to Corrin's ship, but to the entire galaxy. Every major empire, pirate, and trading alliance received the same message. "The silence is broken. The fleet remembers. 70 hours remain." Panic spread fast. Some called it a trick. Others called it the return of the nightmare. Many leaders remembered old stories when Earth was once the strongest, most advanced, and most feared. Some wanted to send ships to help. Others wanted to destroy Corrin's location, erase the problem before it grew. But no one could agree. Meanwhile, back on the Earth ship, Corrin stood near the blinking control panel. "Why show us this?" he asked. "Why now?" The AI responded. "Because you touched the silence. Because you asked to know." Vela stepped forward. "Can we fix it?" "We stop what's coming." The AI paused, then answered. "That choice was made 500 years ago. Now it must play out." The countdown reached 68 to 11:55. Suddenly, one of the frozen chambers deep inside the Earth ship cracked. A glass panel shattered. Mist poured out. Hand moved. One of the humans was waking up. Corrin stared at the screen. No, this isn't just a memory anymore. It was real. The Earth soldiers were not just frozen in time. They were alive, sleeping until someone broke the rule. Now they were waking, angry, confused, and ready. The galaxy had forgotten the pain it caused, but Earth had not. Earth remembered everything. More messages went out from the Earth ship. Coordinates, patterns, orders. Other, long-dead Earth ships across space, ships that hadn't moved in centuries, suddenly lit up. One by one. Quiet at first, then faster. The fleet was returning, and not a single weapon had been fired yet. Corrin looked down. His hands were shaking. He had wanted truth. He'd found something else. He turned to Vila. If we survive this, they'll blame us. She nodded. They'll be right. And far away, in the darkness of space, ships began to vanish. Not explode, not burn, just disappear. No signal, no trace, just silence. The same silence that Earth had kept for 500 years. And now, that silence was speaking back. In every corner of the galaxy, strange things began to happen. Old Earth beacons, long thought dead, started blinking again. They were not strong signals, just soft pulses. But every race, every empire, every pirate group knew what they were: ghost signals. From Earth ships, in the dark, frozen parts of space, black ships began to move. Slowly, like waking beasts, not flying, just drifting forward. Watching at the edge of Zarn territory, a trade ship passed near a forgotten planet. They saw an old Earth vessel parked near an asteroid. It hadn't moved in centuries. Then, without warning, the Earth ship turned. Just a little, the trade ship was never seen again. Corin watched all of this from his own scout ship, still locked in place by the Earth AI. The countdown continued. 62 hours, 44 minutes, and 3 seconds. More frozen soldiers were waking up now. Could see them on the cameras. Stepping out of cryopods, each one wore an Earth uniform. Each one looked calm, serious, and dangerous. One man stared straight at the camera, as if he could see Corin. Then he smiled. "Who are they?" Vela asked. Her voice was small now. She looked less like an officer and more like someone trying to wake up from a bad dream. "Earth's last answer," Corin said. They watched as the AI gave the soldiers data. Memories, history, images of betrayal. Each soldier stood silently as the truth was downloaded into their minds. One soldier whispered, "They forgot us." Another said, "Let's remind them." Corin stepped back from the screen. "We have to stop this. There must be a way." But no one on his ship had control. The Earth ship was now the master. It let them watch, but not move. Suddenly, every screen showed a live message. A human woman, dressed in dark armor, stood in a glowing room. "My name is Commander Reyes," she said. "If you were watching this, you broke the one rule that kept your galaxy safe. You touched our fleet." She paused. "So now we are here. We are awake, and we remember." The message ended. No orders, no threats. Just truth, and across the stars, chaos began. The Zern Empire sent 5 warships to the dead zone. They wanted to destroy the Earth ship Corin found. Show strength, none of the 5 ships returned. The Harkin pirates sent probes to old Earth coordinates. Each probe vanished the moment it got too close. The galaxy panicked. Some leaders begged for peace. Others blamed the Zarn Empire. They said Corin was responsible. They were right, but it was too late now. The Ghost Fleet was returning, and it wasn't alone. In Sector 12, shipyard exploded from the inside. Witnesses said they saw a black cube floating near the base before it vanished. In Sector 9, an entire moon disappeared. Not destroyed, just gone. Nothing left. No explosion, no warning, just silence. Corin watched the live feeds with horror. He didn't want war. He wanted answers. But he had unlocked something far worse than war. He had unlocked. Memory.Earth didn't just sleep. Earth waited. They remembered every betrayal, every attack, every lie. They did not seek revenge. They were the revenge. Vela spoke, her voice shaking. "Do they want to kill us all?" Corin answered. "I don't think they care about killing. They care about making sure we never forget them again." Of the Earth soldiers, now awake, looked into a small device. "Targeting old enemies," he said. "History marked. Justice required." The device blinked, then glowed red, far away. A ship carrying royal blood from the Sindar Kingdom disappeared. Mid-jump. No sound, no signal. Earth didn't fire weapons. They didn't need to. They erased. Corin turned to the screen again. "Please," he said to the AI, "let us speak to them. We didn't know. We're not our ancestors." The AI responded, cold, and slow, but we are still the same. And now, so are you. The countdown reached 59 to 12:22. Corin's heart sank. He had wanted to make history. Now he was watching it die, and the galaxy had no idea what was coming next. But the Earth fleet did. They had waited 500 years for this moment, and they were just getting started. The countdown moved forward. 56:01:19. Korin stared at the screen. The number was not just a timer, it was a promise. A warning that something terrible would happen when it reached 0. More Earth ships were now awake. Their lights glowed in the darkness like silent monsters. They still didn't attack. They didn't speak, they only watched. Inside the ship, more frozen soldiers stepped out of cryosleep. They moved like ghosts. Calm, focused, ready, Vela whispered. Why would they wait 500 years for revenge? Corin didn't answer right away. He had been watching the memory files the AI showed them. Earth's final war. The betrayal. The silence that followed. But now, a new file had appeared on the screen. It was called The Last Protocol. He opened it. The video showed a room filled with human leaders. Generals, scientists, even children sat behind thick glass. Earth's cities were burning behind them. Their allies had turned against them. There was no hope. One old general stood and spoke. We will not beg. We will not fight like animals. If the galaxy fears us, then let them fear a ghost. Gave the final order. Activate the last protocol. Thousands of ships began to launch, but they did not head into battle. Instead, they flew into black rifts, doors to somewhere else, a place beyond normal space, a place Earth had created. It was not a weapon, it was a graveyard, where Earth buried its own fleet to keep the galaxy safe. From itself, the AI's voice returned. Earth erased itself from the stars, not because we lost, but because we were becoming something worse. Vela's eyes widened. They left because they were too strong. Corin nodded slowly. What? They knew. If anyone ever touched that strength again, the galaxy would pay. More files opened. This time, not from the past. These were live feeds. Earth ships in other sectors were waking. All the coordinates were connected. A full map of Earth's hidden fleet. The size was far greater than anyone imagined. It wasn't 10 ships. It wasn't 50. It was thousands across the galaxy. Chaos spread faster than ever. In the Cryon belt, 3 moons vanished in perfect silence. No damage, no explosions. Just erased. The Raka Empire launched missiles toward an Earth beacon near their space station. The missiles changed direction mid-flight and hit the Raka capital instead. No one knew how. No one knew why. The Earth fleet did not speak. It only responded. With silence, with memory. With justice, back on Corin's ship, tried to speak to Commander Reyes. She was now awake, leading her soldiers, checking old data logs. Watching the galaxy react in fear. A screen lit up. Her face appeared. Calm, strong, human. You broke. The law, she said. Korin replied. We didn't know. We're not the ones who betrayed you. We are not our ancestors. Reyes stared at him for a long moment. Maybe, she said. But Earth remembers. And now, so do you. He begged. What do you want? She looked away from the screen and spoke to someone off camera. Then she answered, we want the galaxy to feel what we felt, to lose trust. To fear silence, to look at every dark corner of space and wonder if a ghost is watching. Corin's hands shook. This isn't justice, he said. This is fear. Reyes looked back at him. It's what we felt when your galaxy left us to die. Now it's your turn. Then the screen went black. 54:1:05.Korin slumped into his chair. Everything was out of his hands. He had started something no one could stop. And now the Earth fleet was spreading across the galaxy. Like a quiet storm, each ship carried the same message. You touched the silence. Now it answers. At a hidden council on the galactic core, Leaders from many species met in fear. Some demanded a strike. Some wanted peace talks. One elder said, "They will not listen. They didn't come for peace. They came to remind us." But no one knew how to stop something that never truly died. Back on the Earth ship, Reyes stood with her team. One of the younger soldiers just awake asked, "What happens when the countdown ends?" She looked at him and said, "Then we finish what we started." 51 hours, 3 minutes, and 45 seconds. The countdown kept ticking. Corin hadn't slept in 2 days. No one on his ship had. Their food was low. Power was weak. But no one cared. Every screen, every radio, every corner of space whispered the same message. Earth is awake. And something even worse had happened. One of them was alive. Not just AI, not just frozen memories. A real human. Commander Reyes now walked the halls of the ancient ship. Not confused, not weak. She was in command again. She wore the black Earth armor, like a second skin. Her eyes were cold, but not angry. She wasn't here for revenge. She was here to finish something. On Corin's screen, she stood in front of hundreds of her soldiers, all now awake. The cryopods had opened one by one. No fear, no doubt. Purpose, she spoke calmly. 500 years ago, we trusted the galaxy. They watched us fall. They turned away. They forgot. Now they will remember, and we will never be forgotten again. The soldiers nodded. Not one questioned her. She turned and walked to the command deck. Vela stood next to Corin, watching. They are not broken. They are not lost. They are focused, Corin said, like they've been waiting for this moment their whole lives. But they hadn't waited. They had been prepared. The AI had kept them alive, healed their wounds, trained them while they slept. Every waking second, it ran scenarios, updated history files, watched galactic movements. The soldiers weren't from the past. They were more advanced than anything the galaxy had now. Back on the Earth ship, Reyes stood before a dark screen, showed an image of Earth, not the Earth that burned, but a new Earth, hidden behind it. Quantum shield, another dimension. Earth still lived. Vela gasped. They never died? Corin stared in silence. The voice of the AI explained. Earth created a hidden reality, a pocket world. Only the fleet knew how to return. They waited, watching. And if the law was ever broken, the fleet would return and lead the way back. The shock was too much. Earth wasn't just a memory. It was a shadow. Watching, learning, waiting. Reyes opened a channel to the galaxy. Her face was calm as always. To the leaders of the stars, we do not come to destroy. We come to remind. You chose silence when we cried for help. Now you will listen to our silence. We offer one chance. Leave us alone, forever. Erase Earth from your maps. Forget we ever existed. We will erase you. The message ended. No one spoke for hours. Across the galaxy, people began to panic. Fleets moved. Stations powered shields. Entire planets went dark, trying to hide. But nothing worked. The Earth ships didn't need to fight. They didn't need weapons. They could simply erase. One by one, old enemies disappeared. Systems fell. Silent, Earth's black ships drifted by, and the stars behind them blinked out. No explosions. No sound, just ... gone, Korin, sent one final message to Reyes. Please, he said, we believe you now. We understand. We will never touch Earth again. Her reply came quickly. It is not about you anymore. It's about all of them. But you may live to tell the story. The story of what happens when the galaxy forgets pain. As her message ended, a strange energy burst from the Earth ship. Corin's systems turned back on. Its engines restarted. His crew was free, but no one moved. No one spoke. They just floated in silence, staring at the Earth fleet now rising into formation. And then the ships vanished, not jumped, vanished into space, into time, into something no one could follow. All that remained was a single message on every screen. Across the galaxy, forget Earth. Forever. 48 hours, 0 minutes, and 0 seconds. The countdown reached its final 2 days, but many didn't wait for the clock to hit 0. Across the galaxy, fear turned into chaos. Ships fled. Empires blamed each other. Some tried to hide. Others tried to fight back. But no one could stop what was coming because no one knew how. Earth's fleet had vanished again. No one knew where. But every time they showed up, a mining colony, a warship base, a moon-sized spaceport, each one blinked out of existence like it had never been there. People stopped asking why. Now they asked when would they come. In the galactic core, leaders met in secret. It created a new emergency order, Project Black Sky, a plan to send every fleet from every power to one location. A last defense. Over 2,000 ships gathered near the neutral zone planet, Traxxas Prime. It was the most powerful force the galaxy had ever created, but it wasn't enough, because something else had arrived first. Corrin's scout ship drifted nearby. His crew had been watching, waiting, and now they saw it. A massive black cube appeared over Traxxas Prime. It was bigger than any ship. Silent, no engines. Just dark metal, floating above the fleet. No signal came from it, no sound. But every pilot, every commander, every soldier felt something in their chest when they looked at it. Fear Vela whispered, "What is that?" Corrin didn't answer. He couldn't. The cube wasn't part of the ghost fleet. It was something worse. A symbol appeared on its side, glowing white, PFO1. The AI on Corrin's ship came online, Earth's final defense. Code, named the Punishment Fleet, created for one purpose, to appear if the galaxy refused to remember. This wasn't about revenge. Anymore, this was about making sure it never happened again. The cube opened, not with an explosion, not with sound. It's just a slow, quiet split, revealing what was inside. More ships, but not like before. These were not old. It's quiet warships. These were alive, covered in black armor that changed shape, powered by energy no one could explain, moving. Without engines, each one had no pilot. They were AI-controlled, perfect, fast, silent, built to destroy only when necessary. And now, the galaxy had made it necessary. A voice came from the cube, not from Reyes, not from the past. A new voice. Male, cold, robotic. You had your warning. You broke the law. You touched Earth. And now you will forget or fall. This is the last protocol. This is the final silence. The fleet around Traxxas Prime prepared to fire. Thousands of ships, powered weapons. The cube didn't move. It didn't need to. The Earth AI already knew what they would do. Within 3 seconds, 84% of the galactic fleet was gone. No battle, no. Debris, just light, then nothing. The rest stopped firing. Some begged, some ran, some just floated, hoping not to be noticed inside the cube. The punishment fleet waited for one more order, but none came, because fear had already done the job. The entire galaxy went silent. No more attacks. No more plans, just whispers. Corrin's ship received a final transmission from Reyes. She looked different now, tired, but still strong. "It didn't have to be this way," she said. "We asked for one thing, to be left alone. You didn't listen. Now you will." She ended with a warning. This was only the first cube. Then she was gone, back into the dark, back into silence. Corrin closed his eyes. For the first time in his life, he wished he had believed the stories, because now he was part of one, and no one would ever forget it. 24 hours, 0 minutes, and 0 seconds. 1 day left, but nothing moved. No. Ships fired, no fleets gathered, no brave speeches. The galaxy had gone completely quiet. For the first time in history, every system, every empire, every pirate king, every outlaw world, all stopped. Not because of peace, but because of fear. The punishment fleet was still above Altraxis. Prime silent watching. It had not destroyed the rest of the planet. It didn't have to. Just the memory of what it could do was enough. Corin's ship floated near the edge of the system. He had seen everything. From the first touch of the Earth ship to this, he had wanted answers. Now he had too many. He watched the countdown on the screen. Something strange happened. The countdown stopped. Everyone across the galaxy saw the same thing. The timer froze, and then a single message appeared on every screen. 3 words: make your choice. Corin stood, slowly. What choice? He asked out loud. The AI on his ship answered, Earth has given the galaxy one chance. One offer: obey the law, or be forgotten. A new video began to play. It showed Earth, not in fire, not in war, but in peace. Rebuilt, green, beautiful. People laughed. Children ran. Cities floated in the sky. Earth had not only survived, it had become something better, more advanced. More human, the AI explained. Earth created a second dimension. We live there now in silence, away from war, away from betrayal, only asked to be left alone. Then Commander Reyes appeared again, standing in a garden full of trees and light. You feared us, she said. You hated us. You left us, but we still remember. So remembering pain is what makes us human. She looked straight into the camera. Now you have a choice. Erase Earth from your maps. Block our coordinates. Teach your children to never search for us again. Or, her face became serious. We finish what we started. Double quotes, silence. No music. No sound. Just space.Korin walked to the communication panel. He opened a channel not to Reyes, not to Earth 2. Every leader in the galaxy, he spoke slowly, clearly. Let us not make another mistake. We were warned. We were spared. Let that be enough. One by one, systems answered. The Aven Empire, the Raka Lords, the Sindar clans, even the criminal sectors, they all agreed. A vote was held across the galaxy, the fastest in history. The result? Erase Earth from all maps, from all databases, from all records. A new law was passed that same day. No one shall search for Earth. No ship will travel near the ghost zone. No fleet will answer any Earth signal. The law is final. The silence must never be broken again. Then, for the first time in a week, the black cube above Altraxis Prime began to move. It closed slowly, folded in on itself, then disappeared without a sound. Every Earth ship vanished. With it, no trace, no energy signature, nothing. Just the stars. Corin stood on the bridge of his ship, staring into empty space. They gave us a second chance, Vela said. Corin nodded, and we took it. But deep down, he knew something. This wasn't mercy. This was a warning, a final lesson. Earth didn't want to rule. They didn't want revenge. They just wanted to be left alone. But if anyone ever again touched the silence, the stars would fall. Across time, the story was passed down, not in history books, but in whispers, to students, to soldiers, to pilots. One story. One rule. Never touch Earth's fleet. Because those who did were never seen again. And Earth was still out there watching, waiting, and remembering forever.